Item 10D, adopt a resolution approving installation of ADA parking zones at 757 Huntington Avenue and 880 San Mateo Avenue, and provide update on the development of a residential permit parking district around the San Bruno Avenue Caltrain grade separation station.
At the last council meeting, you were presented with all of the proposed traffic modification around the grade separation project and the new station for Caltrain on San Bruno and San Mateo. At that time, you were given details about the need for those changes. You took action on the parking restrictions implemented around the project area, and also you were advised about upcoming actions for including this action recommended tonight for the installation of 2 ADA parking zone, one in front of the American Legion and one in front of 880 on San Mateo. Since the last meeting, staff, based on additional analysis and discussion, made the presentation of the recommendation to the TSPC on 2nd of April. TSPC, based on the existing policy for the approval of ADA parking zones, is recommending the installation of those ADA parking zone for both locations, and that is our staff recommendation tonight for you to approve the installation of those ADA parking zones in front of the American Legion and also in front of 880 on San Mateo. The third item what I wish to give you an update tonight, additional information available for the parking concern around the whole project area, and how stated in the staff report, since I gave you the last presentation at the last council meeting. Since then, staff sent out a letter to all of the residents between Eastern and 4th Avenue and Angus and 380, advising them of the fact that the city is monitoring the parking situation after the opening of the station at that new location on April 1st. Was conducted a parking survey before the station opened on the 1st of April. Will be a follow-up public meeting on the 29th of this month, requesting input and comment from all of the residents in that area, seeking input to share with us their experience on any additional impact of the new location for the parking and for the parking area and the new station at the new location. Based on those additional information and input from the residents then, and a follow-up parking survey conducted at the best time after the situation will stabilize with the new station location. Staff will go back, we analyze those information, we'll go back with a recommendation to TSPC, and we'll follow up with recommendation for your consideration. That can be a special parking district, or depending on the problem observed or monitored between now and then, depending on the problem, with the best solution to address those problems, staff will come back to you with recommendation at that time. This is my short presentation tonight, if you have any questions.
Any questions of Clara at this time? Okay.
I'm in favor of the placement of the handicap stalls, but until we discuss say a parking permit program or a limited time parking permit, limited parking time, there really is no guarantee that that these parking spaces would be available as they were requested. Anyone with a valid handicap accessible parking placard can park in these spaces. Is that correct?
You are absolutely correct. That fact was very broadly discussed with the resident of 880 and also with the American Legion. Alternatives were presented for their consideration that maybe a green zone would better fit the need of those specific location, or even green zone or time limit parking for both location. They were very strong in their request and their opinion that this will meet their need. Staff agreed entirely with your assessment that those can be used by anybody in both locations.
Okay.
Irene?
Probably should have asked Raphael before, but do we have a timeline of when the Caltrain station parking itself will be completed?
Based on the information what I have available, is their intent to open the main entrance on San Mateo, the final entrance, the main entrance to the parking lot, 1st of May.
Oh, that's soon. Okay, great. Thank you.
Anything else, Mr. Riegel? You have a question?
I just had a couple concerns on the parking permit in the area. In looking at the map, Robert Riegel, 7th Avenue, it seems like maybe the area that you are considering maybe is a little wider than is necessary. In the past, when we did Huntington, I believe you charged all the residents. Is there a possibility that the residents will get the first permit free if they have multiple cars, and they might have to pay for the second or third one? And what sort of time limit for, if I want to go visit my friend that lives over there, how long can I park if I can find a spot before potentially the visitors would be ticketed? So I think those are just questions that I'm sure Clara has given some thought to, but I just wanted to broach them. Thank you.
Okay, as we get more exposure going down, I think we'll take a look at all of those. Right. Any other questions or action by the council?
Through the chair? I have a question regarding the ADA space at 880 San Mateo. I understand that that's a fairly unique situation where we allow something like that in front of a residential home. There's nothing listed under fiscal impact, so I'm wondering, is that any changes that happen to that particular spot, are those costs incurred by the resident or by the city?
Based on our existing parking restriction policy approved by you, the resident will be responsible for the cost of installation of the parking zone and the ongoing maintenance cost for that zone.
Okay. And is there a policy for reviewing when that space is no longer needed? If those residents were to move and that need goes away, are we periodically reviewing that it's still necessary? And
you are correct, and I don't remember for sure if it's on yearly basis or biennial basis. You have to renew the parking permit, and basically you have to repay the fee. I am not certain if it's on yearly basis or each second year, but yes, was considered in the policy the possibility that the need is changing, and you have to basically restate the need for the same reason.
thank you.
Through the chair, to what the council member said, are they aware of the cost?
Yes, they are very well aware of the
And they've
cost.
accepted
Yes.
and understand? Okay. If there are no other questions from council, I'd like to go ahead and introduce the resolution. Please, Carol.
Vice Mayor Medina,
Aye.
Councilmember O'Connell,
Aye.
Councilmember Salazar,
Aye.
Councilmember Ibarra,
Aye.
Mayor Ruane.
Aye.